Yeah, I was running around my homestead the other day, and this truck, this been here for a while. This year when I bought the land, it's probably, what, 60s or 70s? What do you think? Let me know below. I'm not a truck expert. But this truck made me do some thinking and reflecting. I've looked at it several times. My kids have played in it. But it really made me stop and think about a few things in life when I looked at this truck. You see a lot of people, I think they just look at this thing and they would say, oh, that's a piece of junk. They would say, that depreciates your land. They would say there's no tires. They would say it's buried in the mud. It doesn't even have taillights. They would say there's a camper in the back. I think I saw a skunk run out of it last year. Some barbed wire up there, the roof's caving in. People would probably say there's really no hope for this thing. They'd say there's no glass. They might say it's too far gone. They'd say there's a hole in the seat and rusted out floorboards there. They'd say, I wonder the last time the motor started up, the spark plug wires aren't even on the plugs. Looks like there's some new plugs in there though. So somebody might have played with it over the years. But it got me thinking about life perspective and the way you look at things. And it's kind of amazing how a truck can relate to life. So you could look at this and you could say, well, that's a pile of junk. Or you could look at it and say, this truck must have a story. This truck, I'm sure, contributed to the homestead that I live in now. I think the previous owner probably used it to camp out here because it's pretty remote. They probably used it to haul things. They used it to go to town to get supplies. Sure, there's trees growing out of it now. This old truck, it had an impact out here. And as things get older, they're still important. You know, it relates to life. I don't call myself an old man yet, but there's a lot more younger people out than older people out that I see now. So I'm kind of getting up there a little bit in wisdom, we'll say. But I still have a story to tell. And I think most people do, even if we don't look quite like we used to. Brings me to a scripture I want to share out of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. It says, so we do not lose heart. Though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. Friends, it doesn't matter where you're at in life. It doesn't matter if you're 16 years old or 86 years old. We can be renewed every day. Makes me think about people that restore trucks like this. See, some people could look at this and say this is the biggest pile of junk that's ever been where I live. Or you could look at it and say, this truck can be restored. You know, I have one friend in particular that likes to take old vehicles like this and completely restore them and bring them back to life. And I think rather than just calling this truck a pile of junk, I think we should strive in life to think positively and say, yeah, it might need a little work around the edges, but think about the potential that this truck has. not only monetary, but you can start with that. People that restore vehicles like this, they become monetarily worth a lot. But you think about the blood, sweat, and tears that somebody like my friend who restores these things, you get the satisfaction of making this thing shine again. You tow it out of here, you get it out of the mud, you fix the camper on it, you fix the rust, you restore it. All that technology is there. And this thing really could shine, and it would be a head turner. Do you think this would be a head turner driving into town? Especially if you got it for free. I mean, it came with my property. I don't know, friends. Try to take that positive mindset in life. I'll be honest with you, I haven't always taken that mindset. Could say it's by choice or not choice. I don't want to get into that on this channel. But take the positive mindset and know that you still have value, like this truck still has value. This is survival of the beardest, and I'll catch you in a few more days.